Want to trade with Rithika? Join Chase at www.laductrading.com/chase.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. So as we've seen last week, you can see that we broke out of this consolidation and we continued to push into the 6400. So not really a surprise on what's happening with the market, but we are getting a little bit elevated. It will be interesting to see how the market progresses from here. And again, something else to keep a note on is we've known that in the past, every time we've tried to break over, we generally have had a sell-off when we're above that level. So that's why this 6400 is a crucial pivot level. If like you see here, we are selling off on the futures, but again, we can retest it and we can continue moving higher. I do think we do have some more upside left. I don't think this wave is done yet, but I can see why we would have a little bit of selling in the market. But again, I don't expect that to have a heavy fall. I do think that again 400 points is a good retracement before we again continue the next leg higher. But as I mentioned, I don't think this wave is yet, so I am leaning more bullish than bearish. And again, key reason for that is Apple. I did mention this last week, but it hasn't moved, right? We're still pretty much sideways on Apple. So ideally, I would like it over 215, and it has earnings coming up. Hopefully, that is the catalyst, which can push Apple to the upside. It does have a gap to 240, and we know the channel for Apple is all the way to 260. So unless it breaks 195, still on track to do that. But Tesla, on the other hand, had horrible earnings. But you can see what happened. We pretty much came back into the bottom of this channel and we bounced. So again, regardless of earnings, I would say that if we can manage to get over this 332, 335 level, we will, again, same as Apple, we are continuing along this channel. So I would say that we will push into the top of the channel to about 438. Again, there is no time frame, maybe a couple of months, but it will squiggle its way to the top as long as we hold that 195 level. So just keep an eye on it. Just wait for this breakout to happen before anything. But as mentioned, if the market does have that wave 4 sell-off, then it could take a little longer for Tesla. We could continue to stay sideways. So again, we continue to chop before we actually move higher. So that's why this 332 is important. More importantly, if you want to play the trend up, I would say 350 is a better level to look out for. So yeah, so I wanted to go over those two stocks. But yeah, even on QQQ, we've reached our 560 target. But again, we need to hold over 554 to again continue pushing into that 590 level. Otherwise, any retracement back into 530 again will get bought, and we will continue to break higher into 600, 620 in the future. So I am thinking any sell-off is a good sell-off to buy. It is getting a little bit extended, but the market needs to show signs of selling. Wix, you can see, has broken down from 1672. We've come down into 14.6, so we need to break 14.6 to have more, 14.89 to have more buying in the market. And dollar also, we know, is at the bottom of this channel, so a dollar bounce could put pressure on equities, so you should keep a note of that as well. XLE, on the other hand, you can see here, this is your trend line that we've gotten rejected on. So if we do break below 87 this week, I do expect us to retest this 84, 82.98 level. So you can look for a little bit of weakness on XLE. Google, on the other hand, had a nice breakout. We have been bullish on Google. So right now you can see that we're having a little bit of retracement. So as long as we hold above this 191, 192 level, we should continue pushing up into 200, 205. I still am bullish on Google on any dip. I do think it continues to move to the upside. We are, progressively moving along this channel, and keep a note on this channel. This is the same channel we saw on Tesla. So that's the reason I'm saying once we break over that level on Tesla, we will have this move like we've done on Google and we've traded it. So yeah, keep an eye on Google. And the next one I have is TSM. And TSM has been progressing along this path that we projected off the bottom of the channel. So that was good. It is following. I haven't seen this touch this chart in a while. You can see that I thought like this 205 will trigger a sell-off. You can see we went higher. We ended up pushing to 220 before the sell-off actually happened. So that's the reason you need to give a little bit of time, because it might take some time for the chart to play out. But again, off the bottom of the channel, we're having a very strong move. So now TSM, you continue over 242. You can go into 244, 246 before you have a little bit, same as that wave 4 I showed on the market. And then we will continue to push higher on TSM. So TSM continues to look good in the market. And last but not the least, I have Target. And again, this has pushed to the top of the channel. So if we do have selling in the market and we stay below 108, we will again come back to the bottom of the channel at around 100. But we do know that it does have upside gaps to fill. So if we do break over this 108, 109 level, then you can also trade the bullish route to the top of the gap fill. So those are your pivots on target. So that's all I have for this week. I hope you have a great day.
Join Chase to trade with Rithika and other experts. Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more Wolf's weekly wave list videos and other content.